5 artists began an art group in 1951, and 75 years later, the Charleswood Art Group is still here and thriving. The group meets weekly to share their passion for art, their skills, and host mini exhibits. And an upcoming spring art sale is not only supporting the artists, but a portion of the funds will go to a great cause. Joining us now from the Charleswood Art Group are Lisa Whitehouse and Jennifer Dubienski. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now, let's talk about, take us back to 1951. What was going on in the landscape back then, and why was this group started in the first place?
Well, there were 5 or 6 women who lived in Charleswood who were like-minded and wanted to connect in the best way they could, and art was what they loved. Mm-hmm. So they met at Laxdal Community Club, which was, I think, a tent.
Really? Okay.
And they met weekly, and they painted. And as word of mouth grew, the club grew, and they moved to various locations, and we're now in Gloria Day Church.
Okay.
And we meet on Mondays and paint.
Okay, and so you gather, you share ideas. What happens there? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so we meet Monday for the whole day. We bring in guest speakers, we have workshops, we help each other like with feedback on our work, which is really nice, and then we just get to create together, which just builds community.
And obviously confidence as well. If you're just a brand new artist or you're just trying to learn a skill, how does it help being with other like-minded artists around you?
It's excellent. They really we support one another. We will have a critique day where people who choose to share their work and ask for help will put it up, and it's up, and people share their ideas of how to change or make it better. Or whatever.
Work through challenges you might be having in a painting, or sometimes it's just a great way to get encouraged with a piece. Like you can just bring it and be like, this is what I made, and everyone's really supportive.
That is amazing. And so with these workshops, are you learning something that you never even considered before?
Absolutely. Like with art, so much of art is about playing and experimenting. So the workshops allow you to try different techniques, things you might not have thought about. I don't know, maybe you could speak to.
Well, one workshop we had, a woman, I can't remember her name, brought in tissue paper, and we glued the tissue paper to the paper, and then we painted on the tissue paper so that there was a lot of texture involved, and that was a lot of fun. So a lot of people tried that and then took it back and tried it again and came up with some interesting things, especially with color. That was a lot of fun.
So you're learning different things, different mediums at the same time, which is valuable. There's also pottery, and there's a lot of different art forms happening. People do
pastels. A lot of people are interested in pastels. We have fabulous pencil crayon artists, amazing. The artists are very, very talented and diverse, and it's just fun to see and fun to be with, and it's a great community.
That is amazing. And 75 years later, it's still thriving and doing really well. Some of the art pieces that you create are then used for an art sale that is coming up in the spring, right? So people get to look at some really unique and beautiful pieces in this this art sale. Describe to me a little bit what that sale looks like.
Well, it's in the church, St. Andrew's Church in Charleswood, and each person has a grid that they can display their art on, and so when you come in, there are 45 possible artists that you could look at. Their framed art, their unframed art, art cards, pottery, some glass work. There's a lot of really interesting things to see. You don't have to pay.
Let's talk about the for a good cause portion. Some of the money raised goes to where exactly?
To the cancer care, to their art therapy program.
Okay, and why was that important to your artists there?
I think we experienced a lot of our artists who had cancer issues, and it was close to home. We have lost artists from cancer, so it was
close to your heart.
It was very close to our heart, yes.
Okay, well, the sale is happening April 24th to the 26th. If you want more information, we have a link on our website. Thank you for sharing this with us.
Thanks for having us.
Anytime.
Community Connection is brought to you by Mr. Reuter Plumbing. Born to be a hero, trained to be a plumber.